Do you need permission to stop hustling and start playing again? Hey friends, welcome to the Inner Spark podcast. I'm your host, Casey Tayton. If you're looking to hear stories of transformation and personal growth, this podcast is for you. My guest and I will be sharing those sparking moments that has changed them into living a more fulfilling, authentic life. I'm so excited for you to hear each unique story. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to the Inner Spark podcast. I'm your host, Casey Tayton, and today I have with me Christine Marcario. You will probably remember her. She was on an episode on January 31st, actually. She's the host of the Aligned and Abundant podcast, and she's just a very dear friend of mine and helps me with real life stuff. I had reached out to her about struggling with the hustle, and I didn't realize I was hustling so much. And I talk about slowing down a lot and having fun, and an honest friend is going to call you out. And thankful for her, she has called me out several times this week, and I have told her every excuse, like, but I'm doing that, and I'm delegating tasks off, and I'm doing this. Yesterday was just a real aha moment of like, no, do I really know what it means to slow down and have fun outside of my own house? When I go on vacation, I have fun and all these things. So I brought her on this episode because when the stars align, which is funny because we both have on a shirt with stars on it. She has a community in school, and it's called the Aligned and Abundant, the Soul Shine Collective. This month is all about permission to play. So the timing was just right for me to bring her on as she has been calling me out and just have her talk about what it means as a dear friend. I appreciate you. Welcome back. And just thanks for being you and always just being honest with me of the things I need to hear, even if I try to give you bullshit excuses of, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. And you're like, no, you're not.
Well, I think that's one beautiful thing that we agreed upon is we both agreed that we wanted an honest friendship where we can say, "Hey, I think you should be doing this," or "Are you really doing that?" And I swear, every time I'm on the phone with you, you are running somewhere, doing something. You have 18 more things to do, and I'm like, "Casey, do you have any time to slow down for yourself, take a breath, and or can you delegate that task to someone else because I don't know if I'd be able to function on your schedule because you are go, go, go." And while that is amazing because I love everything that you do for the children and you're such an influence in getting awareness spread that everyone deserves to be celebrated. So I wholeheartedly support the mission. But friend to friend, I'm like, girl, I just told her this morning, I'm like, you are the Energizer Bunny, those commercials that used to play back in the day. But I'm like, eventually the battery is going to run out. Like, it's not going to last forever. You have to recharge. And so I had texted her this week and I said, can I be honest with you? And she's like, I hope you always are. And I'm like, I think you need to slow down. And she's like, I am. And I'm like, hmm. Call a spade a spade. I don't know if you are. So it's all been such an interesting combination of things going on this week with me suggesting that you need to slow down. And then I had this download last week of like just wanting to go out and play like how I used to as a kid. And it's the time of year where these particular plants are sprouting up and they're called skunk weeds and they grow in swampy, marshy areas. And for some reason, God was like, you should just go to this park nearby and you should just get your hands dirty and just remember the childlike innocence behind just playing and using your imagination. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be the theme of my workshop inside my community this upcoming month in June. And I was like, that's it. And then I was telling my husband about this, and he's like, well, don't you think that's funny? He's like, the event that you wanted to go to is at that park on Sunday. So it's totally meant to happen. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even put that together. And then the next day, Monday, I was like, okay, I need a name for this. And I was like kind of struggling and getting too in my head about it. And so I was like, let me let it go. And then all of a sudden it just clicked. And I was like, ooh, permission to play. I was like, that's what people need. We need permission to play, to slow down and to actually come back to ourselves because somewhere along the line, I'm trying to think, oh, I went to an event and someone read for me and they were like, remember the innocence behind being a child. God favors the innocent. It was like, how can this all be happening in 1 week? Like all the signs. So the theme of the workshop inside the community is permission to play, and it is going back to how we felt when we were a child and we were playing and the freedom that comes with it that we can still have as an adult. It just is such a beautiful reminder that we need to slow down for ourselves in order to connect to our inner knowing, in order to connect to who we are as a person without the hustle. So that's what I'm all about, is getting out of the burnout, getting off of the hamster wheel, because like, I was a middle school English teacher for 19 years and doing an hour commute, and it just sucked the life out of me, like the go, go, go. So when I see it in other people, I do want to say, hey, you don't have to do all that. You can slow down. I think that the more that we connect to our inner selves through slowness and more presence, so much more unlocks for us. And that's when we truly are able to give the gifts,
Mhm.
right? And like you, light people up and celebrate everybody that needs a celebration, that's deserving of a celebration, that might not get the celebration because of circumstances and all of that. So I think that's so, so important. So it just was meant to happen.
Yeah, and this was just perfect timing for me because I've tried to tell you that I'm slowing down 100 times. And even on my podcast a year ago, with one arm, when I had frozen shoulder, I was telling people, oh, I'm slowing down. But it was like I learned how to function with one arm. And when I had the realization yesterday, I thought, I'm always like, but I'm having fun and I'm playing. I'm celebrating kids and this is fun. But this week it hit me and it all became a have to. I have to get these done. And that's not fun and that's a disconnect. I realized, and I think I've told you this, I just need to take a trip. I know I've told my boyfriend that. And it's like, it was the aha moment of somewhere in my house, when I get home, I think I need to constantly be working. But if I go away, I have a lot of fun. Or when I'm on Zoom calls doing podcasting, I get lit up and I have so much fun. But when I'm not doing that, it's like I somehow lost the innocence of being a child and just going to lay in the hammock. I told you I have a hammock. It's not put together, and that's something I love to do. And so somewhere along that, I've just like, no, when you're at home, you have so much work to do that you need to get it done. So now these things that I love to do are becoming have tos,
Mm.
not I get to. I even stopped celebrating myself, and I'm really big on that. And so I knew you were the perfect person to talk about this with me because you're like, I'm doing this workshop. And then as soon as you said that, I'm like, huh, this is exactly where I feel like I'm struggling this week. And this is what you're talking about, is that giving ourselves that permission to play like little kids. I watch my niece and nephew, and I think that's why I go watch them. But if you notice when I watch them, it's like going to watch them outside of my house or
Mm.
doing something outside. But then when I walk back in, it's like a serious mode. So obviously there's deeper work that needs to go on. We're always growing, always transforming, and it's a learned pattern. And I believe I probably get it from my mom. She was always hustling, going, working, always moving.
Yeah.
And so playing and having fun can even be like resting,
Hmm.
laying in the hammock, reading, putting a Lego set together, whatever you like to do.
Yeah, totally.
But somehow I've
You
lost
lost
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and putting together parties is usually fun for me. And this week has just felt like, yeah, my battery is running
Mm.
low and I need to get out and play so I can recharge that. I usually am really good with downloads just come to me. But not when I'm blocking them and not when I'm exhausted. You have to be in the flow. And when I'm not in alignment, there's nothing happening. And I told you that there's nothing happening. Just feel so stagnant.
Mm,
And yesterday's just like, oh, because I'm in the hustle and everything feels like I have to, not I get to.
right, right. And the awareness that you're bringing to this is always the first step. Being aware that, hey, ooh, I've gone a little bit too far in this direction and I need to come back.
Yeah.
But sometimes the need is the response to realizing that you have gone too far in one direction, and it's allowing yourself. Okay, so it's not coming from a place of need, it's coming from a place of allowing to slow down. For instance, today it's a rainy, gloomy day. And I was like thinking about all the things that I could do, right? Or should do.
Right.
But instead, I was like, you know what? It'd be really great to actually just sit and watch a good movie because the lighting is good where it's not glaring off of my TV in the living room for once. Because it's always super sunny, which I usually love, but sometimes it makes it hard to sit and watch TV. And I'm usually not a sit and watch TV type of person anymore now that I've grown older because I can so relate to what you're saying. When I'm home, I just see nothing but a to-do list. Whereas other
Yeah.
people, for example, my husband, it's funny because we would say that we're kind of opposites. I would always love to be out and go, go, go. And he is very much so a homebody. He would much rather be at home, but I cannot just, and I've gotten so much better about it really in the past year by doing this kind of work, by going internal and figuring out so many different things. But I would come home and I wouldn't be able to sit still. I had to go to the point where my feet would hurt at the end of the day because I would just keep going. I would sit for 2 seconds and then like, oh, let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do this. And I just worry for you and for other people that you're going to hit the wall. You're going to hit burnout and it's going to lead to being sick or getting yourself hurt because you're not paying attention and or a random pebble comes out of nowhere and gets you. So it's like we have to be aware
Yeah.
and give ourselves grace. Give
Yeah.
ourselves grace to slow down, permission to play, get your hands dirty. I went out the other day when I was having all these thoughts and feelings about just being a kid again. And I went to Home Depot and I grabbed some cheap flowers
Mm.
and I just literally got my hands into the dirt and just had fun. Yeah, it was hot and I was sweating, but it was so rewarding just to play. And then ironically, while so this is all going on, these thoughts in my head, and then I went to my daughter, there was a open house for Girl Scouts, and I just went and I colored with her and I made a bracelet with her. And it's like
Yeah.
I got to be a kid again. And it's like, why don't we? And then that's where so many genius creative ideas come
Hmm.
from because you're just reconnecting to your inner child who we know has all the answers, all the unlocks
Yeah.
when we're doing IFS therapy or all the things. If you go back to what did you want to be as a kid, like all the answers are there.
Yeah.
It's the societal conditioning and the limiting beliefs that we've picked up or that we were handed. Like you just said, like you feel like it came from your mom. I can second that because my mom, and still to this day, like she has never not worked two jobs. She's always a hustler. If I need something done and she's in her 60s, I'm like, Mom, come over and help me weed the backyard. She's like on it. It's like that hustle mentality. But
Yeah.
I think that you and I are growing, and with the people that we surround ourselves, we are more about slow and ease and presence. And that's what I offer in my community. And you are such a great support system, and you just add so much to it as well for being there for me and all of the amazing people that will show up and have shown up to be with us on workshops. I feel it's a great change of direction, like a fresh breath of air.
Yeah.
And so for you, and I can second it, is we just have to slow down sometimes. We have to be honest with ourselves when you're like, I have slowed down. Have you? How many hours have you been in the car this week? How many?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the truth. And I just think that your workshop and your community is just perfect timing. And just the perfect realization. When the stars align, they align.
Yeah.
And it's just like it just hit me this week of the creative ideas aren't coming as much as I tried to tell you. I was slowing down. I was like, no, I'm not. And God bless great mothers, right? My
Hmm.
mom is the exact same as yours, works side jobs, and then if I need her, she's here.
Hmm.
But we're breaking that because it's funny because I'll look at my mom and tell her to slow down, but
Yeah.
I'm not slowing down.
Hmm.
And so allowing myself, giving myself grace is all the reminders that I needed that everything in life we do gets to be fun
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we get to do the things we get to do instead of have to do them.
Hmm.
When I'm in have to mode, I know there's a disconnect.
Yeah. There's like a stickiness behind it.
Mhm. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you. And this was perfect timing to talk about your community and what a blessing it is to just be surrounded in a space where people can just honestly call you out and be like, are you?
Sometimes we need that mirror to be held up to us and to hear, because I feel like you and I are both actually really good at this. We see the potential in our friends and the women that we speak to. And sometimes we need that mirror to be held up to see it back, to see it reflected back in us. I think that's so valuable and important to be that kind of person that can do that for somebody else.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm grateful for you. We're both able to do that for each other. And
Totally.
they say you are who you surround yourself with.
Hmm.
So the importance of being in a community and having friends that can reflect things back to you. And it's Gemini season, also my birthday month.
Yeah.
Like, let's get the fun going. Let's
Yes.
start playing. We do meditations and stuff, and I did one yesterday or 2 days ago about flowers. And I have been thinking about flowers. I had got my mom some flowers for Mother's Day. I got them because of the butterflies on the little thing they were in. That was
Aw.
the whole reason.
Uh-huh.
And a symbol of my grandmother.
Yes.
It made me want to go get more flowers and put flowers on my porch because that brings me joy. And that felt like fun and play. Ask me if I've done that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be your
Yeah.
homework for the weekend.
Yeah. The answer is no, I haven't done it. Me and my mom have talked about it, about how we need to get a bigger planter and I want to go get some more to make it more colorful and set it on my porch because that brings me joy.
Yes.
And it's also playing.
I was going to say, you going out and having to water it and speak to, you can speak to your flowers
Yeah.
and offer them love and say, thank you for bringing me joy and beauty. And that will even just center you for that moment that you're having. And the fact that it's right at your entryway where you're going to be coming in and out, it will give you that reminder, that connection to this message of slowing down and being in the present and smiling when it's budding and all of that. And I think that will be a beautiful thing. And that's the funny thing. We think about all these things that we should do or could do that we know will benefit us. And then why do we make excuses to not do it? So it's like
Yeah.
also getting behind the why. And I think you have also called me out gently with like the scarcity mindset. Now you're like, Christine, stop talking from your scarcity wounds
Yeah.
and get your together. So I want to say investing in some flowers might be a little money out of your pocket, but the beauty and the joy that it's going to bring you on a daily basis
Hmm.
is just going to be so worth it.
Yeah. I just want to thank you for being such a great friend and having this conversation with me because I can't tell you guys the importance of a friendship when you're growing and the importance of community when you're growing. She's offering just this, and you can come be a part of all of this magic where you have people who are going to be by your side and support you, and you can drop a message in there that says, "Hey, today feels off," and people are going to lovingly love you because just like the mirror, we all see something different, and people have all kinds of beautiful suggestions, and you're going to be doing a Zoom call on this
Yeah.
on June
First.
1st.
Yes. The
Yeah.
1st of June. This way, you come, you attend the workshop. It's a 90-minute workshop. And then you have complete access to the community, and there's prompts to just do exactly what we're doing here, getting to know each other on a deeper level, to let our hair down, to let the any type of like baggage that you're carrying, to let it go, leave it behind at the door, and just show up as Casey and I are showing up right now as just two souls who are having an authentic conversation and just wanting the best for each other and growing and healing together. And that's the type of space that I am creating. It's been a labor of love and it's been a lot of trial and error as far as what I want it to look like. But I think at the end of the day, clarity comes from action. I always say that. And again, I'm going to
Yeah.
call myself out, Casey, like you did. I just have to take my own advice. I just have to do it. And it's okay to pivot, it's okay to change things. We are constantly evolving as human beings. And we just have to embrace that. Not everything has to be perfectly laid out because the reality is you can come up with so many ways in your mind as to how it's going to work out, 100 different ways, and then what actually happens is the 101 way. You know what I mean? Like, so we
Yes.
just have to do it. And I'm just such a firm believer of the people that are meant to be in this space will be in this space. And you've been such a great supporter of running ideas by me, and you've been my go-to person for like, how does this sound? And you're like, I think it could be this way, and just really holding up that mirror. And then it's also a confidence thing. We always hear from one of our mentors, you are not ready, you are over ready. And I think that both of us are just over ready and just ready to share our gifts to the world, because when we are not sharing our gifts, and we both share them in different ways, you're more active physically going out into your community, and I'm more mindset and getting on Zoom calls, and we both share messages through our podcast. But it's also like when we are in community, both you and I like really, really spark, right? We both
Yeah.
really light up.
Yeah.
And for both of us, the feedback that we get is just freaking amazing. And that I think is what is so rewarding. And that's where the fun is, right? Getting off a
Yes.
call where we're like, holy shit, that was amazing. And the breakthrough that so and so just had, that's the cool part of having a community of like minded women and souls. That's the reward for me, is seeing that I'm making a difference in the world. And that is really the true why behind what I'm doing, because I've always wanted to help people, and I did that through teaching. And then I was like, okay, kind of had that burnout moment where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then my friend held up the mirror and she's like, girl, you're always going to be a teacher. It's just in a different capacity now. And I
Yeah.
feel like on a soul level, there are so many amazing light workers out there. And whether they know it or not, that they are a light worker, there's someone here that raised their hand to change the frequency and vibration of this collective on this earth, this incarnation right now. It's time for us to shine, because this is a heavy time and we
Yeah.
need the light. And so I think you and I are spreading the light, we're spreading the inner sparks, and it is just time for more people to say yes, for more people to say, I give myself permission to play. I give myself permission to have some time for myself instead of all the have tos, the shoulds. I love when people, and I'm being so sarcastic, when they're like, I don't have time. Like, you have to make time.
Yeah.
You have to make time for yourself. Like, you're not going to go out of the house without showering for 4 days. You have, I hope you don't. But if you do, sorry. Like, you have to make time, and you'll see that that's the medicine for your soul. That's where your spark comes back. What is the point in being here if you're going to just be like a robot, just doing all the things? It's time that we get off of that. I don't know, like society made us think that we have to just be worker bees and just go, go, go. And it's like, no, we're not doing that anymore. Unsubscribe, not down for it. And that's where I'm looking to lead.
Yeah. If you guys could see her, she just completely lit up explaining all that and talking about it. And it's so true. Every bit of that. People get in their head about coming into a program or even getting on Zoom calls and turning on their camera. Some of the best advice is just get on and don't turn on your camera, but do it for yourself. Invest in yourself so you can be in a community and be surrounded. You will just realize right away that no one here is here to judge, that we all have our own flaws, our own things we're working through, and it's just a pure, honest it just gets my heart.
I
Oh,
was gonna say,
yeah.
it's just hearts connecting. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's totally okay. Like, I've been the one that didn't want to turn my camera on because I was like, oh, I don't know, I have a pimple on my face or my hair looks
Yeah.
like crap. Like, but then you get so comfortable when you're with people that make you feel good that you'll get on, you don't even care. Makeup smeared down
Yeah.
my face from last night, sleeping on my pillow, my hair's a wreck. I'm like, hey guys. And you guys are like, hey, love you. Like, it
Yeah.
just becomes this beautiful thing.
Yeah. I just wanted to encourage everybody, take the step, come join. Thank you for helping me work through this week.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. They can join your community now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Doors are open. You can come in whenever you're ready. If you want to be on for the June 1st workshop, again, it's called Permission to Play. It's included in the monthly membership. There are two tiers. If you want to just get your feet wet, come into the first tier. The second tier does include a live coaching call. And the difference in my community and who I am is I am leading everything by intuition, just like I shared my story of how this workshop came to become into existence. Like everything is channeled and downloaded. I'm really leaning into not researching market trends. I'm not researching like, oh, what's the next fad? What does my spirit team want me to share with the souls that are coming and raising their hands? What frequency am I putting out? And what does this collective need to hear or be reminded of? And right now it is play because, yes, we are going into the summer for many people that are listening in, but I just think that there is always room for growth and change and different seasons for different things. And this is just going to be such a simple, soft reminder of let's have some freaking fun together. And from there, when we are like coming from having more ease and play and laughter in our lives, that just elevates your energy level. And then you go out and do bigger and better things. You do a random act of kindness for a stranger. You smile at your mother in law, who you would normally give a dirty look to. All the things. It just makes things lighter for everybody. And then you just feel good. You feel really, really good and blessed to have other people around that you can let your hair down and
Yeah.
show up authentically as yourself.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to step out of this weird funk and just, it's gone. We're
Yes.
done with it and let's get to playing. So I will link all of where they can join your community, the Soulshine Collective, and come play.
Yes, come play, and Casey and I will both be there. So
Yeah.
come have some fun with us. It's high time.
Thank you so much for having this conversation. And I thank you for coming on and just helping with this week. I'm excited to play. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I hope today's story inspired you to embrace your own journey of growth and change. Remember, transformation isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave a review. If you found something that sparked you in this episode and may spark a friend, I encourage you to go share it with them. If you have your own story you would like to share, I would love to hear it, so please reach out to me. Until next time, friends, go have some fun and let those sparks fly.